Hi, good evening. It's great to be here. I want to thank Women Ascension for this great opportunity to be celebrating the International Women's Day. My name is Nora Uchenna Ossai. Yeah, I'm a Nigerian, CEO PenPath Solutions. So this evening we're going to be talking about freedom from poverty, innovating pathways uh, to economic resilience. So why does this topic matter? Why does it matter? Poverty is my biggest inspiration. Yes, I'm sure for a lot of people it might be sounding as a bit surprising, but it is. So, not just the kind of poverty where people just struggle, but it was the kind where even the poor referred to my family as poor. We didn't even have a class in the social strata. We're simply at the bottom. Yes, life was hard, really. And at some point, I believed that nothing would change. It felt like an endless cycle of lack, and no matter how much I wished for the better, the reality was brutal. However, something happened. Yes, in one of my darkest moments, everything shifted. I listened to a webinar where Fela Durotoye shared his story of struggle and success. And in that moment, everything clicked. I mean, I realized I could be more, that I could rewrite my story, and that I could actually have the power to change my life completely. That was when everything changed. I started learning how to network, how to communicate, and how to build meaningful relationships. So, economic resilience is not just about surviving, it's about thriving despite the setbacks. Yes. And many people believe that poverty is just about lacking money. That's not true. In reality, it's about lacking opportunities. It includes lacking access and choices. So, poverty doesn't have to break you. Yes, it can be your greatest inspiration. It can be the fire that fuels your resilience and pushes you towards economic freedom. It just depends on how you see it. So I'm going to ask you a quick question. Have you ever felt stuck? Like no matter how hard you try, things just don't change. If yes, you are not alone. But today, I want to show you that change is very possible. Now, let us understand poverty. For me, I feel like poverty is more than just lack of money. Yes, it's more than that. And if you've ever felt stuck, like you have the drive, but not the means to move forward, that's what poverty does. It limits not just your finances, but your options. Yes. Now, imagine a bright young girl having the dreams of becoming a doctor, but she's forced to drop out of school because she has no, you know, she has no access to afford a tuition fee. That isn't not because she isn't smart, not because she's not hardworking, but because she lacks access to opportunity. So poverty is that feeling of being trapped with no clear way out. It affects your education, it affects your self-worth, it affects your health. And some people work very hard, yes, but they still remain in the cycle because they don't have the right resources and support. Now let us look at breaking out of this limitation, breaking free from it. Now, poverty felt like a cage, one I thought I'd never be able to escape from. But then that one webinar changed everything for me. It changed my whole story. And one of the things that changed for me was my mindset. Yeah, I didn't have money at that point, but I had to work on three things. I had to work on my mindset first. Determination. I changed my mindset because if I believe that poverty is going to remain, then it's going to remain. But if I believe that I can change my reality, then I can. It all starts from the mind. So I determined in my heart to change my story. And secondly, I was willing to learn. Yes, I had to learn, I had to unlearn, I had to relearn. Yes, learn, unlearn, and relearn. You keep learning every day. You never stop. You keep learning. So there were lots of things I had to learn. Also, I had to learn how to network. Yes. That was almost the hardest part for me, networking and communication, because I wasn't used to all of that. But because I wanted to grow, I had to make myself learn it. You need to learn how to network and communicate. In this digital era, it's extremely important, very important. Self investment. I had to immerse myself in knowledge beyond my physical environment. I had to go beyond because I wanted to understand what was happening. And that wasn't easy. There was lots of setbacks. But then, each time I remembered where I was coming from, I had to push myself to work harder. The truth is that your biggest limitation isn't just poverty itself, it's believing that nothing can change. Again, the mindset. So, the moment you change your mindset, everything else follows. And that is why I would want to ask yourself this question: what's one small thing, one small step you can take today to move closer to your dreams? Now, let us talk about barriers to economic resilience. The struggle is real, yes, and a lot of people face this struggle. One of these barriers is lack of education and skills. Many people today have big dreams, but they have no resources to fund this dream. They have no resources to acquire the skills that is needed. Another barrier is limited financial support and capacity, and capital. Now, we have many aspiring entrepreneurs today. They fail because they don't even have the money to start up in the first place. Now, we have talented fashion designers, talented, you know, a lot of people with lots of talent. This fashion designer may not be able to afford materials to grow her business. And that's another big barrier because she can't even afford the financial support that she needs. This is a barrier to economic resilience. Poor networking and mentorship. Success isn't just about what you know, it's also about who you know. Yes, you need to find someone with great potential, somebody that can help you, someone who has walked that path before you, that can help you avoid the mistakes that they have made. That's the essence of having a good network. But if you do not, that can take you, in short, something that might take you a year or two, it can take you 10 years trying to figure it out because you have no one to guide you. Now, the mindset and fear of failure is another barrier. Many people stay in poverty because they believe they can't escape it, and that's a very, very critical mindset. That's a critical mindset. A lot of people are scared of failing. Failure is part of the process. It's okay to fail. What's not okay is you failing and remaining there. When you fail, you get up and you keep moving. That's the essence. So failure is part of the process. Um, it's frustrating when you're willing to work hard, but the opportunity is not there. That's why resilience isn't just about efforts. It's about breaking these barriers with the right tools and mindset. Let's talk about the ways through which you can break free from these cycles. Now, first of all, let's talk about education and skills development. You don't need a university degree, yes, to gain valuable skills. You can learn online, take online courses, take free courses, develop a trade. Many people have built careers through YouTube tutorials, online certifications, and vocational training. Yes, so it's possible. You cannot say until you have a university degree before you can acquire certain skills. You can do that online. There are YouTube tutorials that can help you. Build strong network and find mentors, please. Yes, there are people who have gone ahead of you. Surround yourself with the right kind of people. Connect with people who inspire you and challenge you, not people who talk you down, not people who you share your ideas with and they steal it. Someone who is willing and able to build with you, to help you. Yes, and you can find these people on LinkedIn groups, attend virtual networks, virtual workshops, and you can find these people. Make sure you network with somebody here today. Make sure you network with at least two people before you leave. Also, entrepreneurship and creating multiple streams of income, very important. It's very, very important. You cannot rely on one source of income. Not at this age, not at this era. You need to explore other side hustles, freelancing, get a small scale business. Now, for my business, it's strictly online. You can build a business online. You don't need a physical office. Yes, so you won't say, oh, you need to pay the rent and all of that. There's no need for that, right? And then, as a lady, you need to have smart financial habits. Yes, smart money habits. Wealth isn't just about earning, it's about managing what you have wisely. You need to learn to save, you need to learn investment, you need to understand financial growth. It's as simple as setting aside 10% of your income consistently. That helps you build financial discipline over time. And we talk about mindset shift. Yes, this is like the first step to economic freedom. It's believing that you can change your reality. Now, many successful people started with nothing, but they had the right mindset and relentless effort. So that is very, very possible. Now, let's look at success stories of women who have, excuse me, women who have defied all the odds. Take a look at Oprah Winfrey. Yeah, she was born into extreme poverty in rural Mississippi. She was raised by a single mother. She had to overcome abuse, hardship, and rejection. But today, what happened? She's a billionaire media mogul. Yes. And her story shows that education, self belief, and resilience can transform any situation. Let's look at Sarah Blakely. She was once, a struggling door-to-door fax machine saleswoman. She had an idea to, come up with women's shapewear that were comfortable. And with just $5,000 in savings, she had zero industry experience, but she built Sparks, $1 million company. These are success stories. What is stopping you? Look at Mo Abudu. Started as a human resource consultant. She had no background in media, but then she dreamed of telling African stories. And against all odds, she founded Ebony Live TV. And that alone was a massive hit. Her journey shows that bold vision and execution create change, and women can lead in business, entertainment, and media in all aspects. Look at Linda Ikeji. Oh, she's a Nigerian. She worked tirelessly, and she started a simple blog in 2006. She started writing about entertainment, celebrity news, and lifestyle. And then consistently, with her strategic content, she built one of Africa's biggest digital media platforms, making her one of Nigeria's wealthiest self-made women. That's amazing. If they can do it, what's stopping you? Yes, another example is me. You're seeing right here. Now, born into the kind of family and poverty, at some point, struggling with life with no clear direction, just that one webinar changed everything. And I realized that it didn't have to define me. Today, I'm a published author, a content entrepreneur, and business strategist. So if I can, it means you can. You have no excuse. Whatever happens is in the past. The present is what matters. Now, all of these women faced obstacles, but they never let their circumstances define them. They built success through hard work, strategy, and resilience. Now, what are those things you need to do? You need to shift your mindset. That's the most important thing. Positivity. Believe in yourself. You need to change your mindset. You need to invest in self-education. You keep learning. You can't say because you're not in the four walls of a classroom, you won't learn. No. You learn on daily basis. You keep learning. You keep on learning, and you keep relearning. It's a daily thing. You need to expand your network. Like I said, make sure you network with somebody today. Find someone in your area of expertise. Find someone in your career path. Network. Someone you have the same mindset with, or you have like minds. Network. Expand your network. Build network with people. Start small, but start now. Very important. The best time to start was yesterday, and another best time to start is today. Now, start with what you have. Don't wait for the perfect time. There's no perfect time. Start with what you have. Now you have to build multiple streams of income as a woman. Very important. You can't rely on just a source of income. That's very bad. What if something happens? What if you're laid off tomorrow? Build your personal brand. Now, stay consistent and resilient. That's the most important thing. Trust me, consistency is hardest when no one is applauding you. Oh yes. But it always pays in the end. Learn from failures and adapt your strategy. Every wealthy person you admire today once started from nothing. Yes, they started from nothing. So your journey to financial freedom starts with a single step: learning, connecting, and taking action. And the best time to start is now. Um, Thank you so much for listening. But then I would like to remind you and also let you know that your past does not define your future. It doesn't. The journey from poverty to success is possible. It's possible. But that change will only begin from you if you're willing to take the first step. The first step is the hardest, but once you're able to do that, that's all. So I will ask you, what will you do today? Let us stay in touch. I'm just going to take a few seconds. I'm coming up with a free webinar in April, and I want to help 100 women. Yes. It's going to be a masterclass on the act of business writing and execution. I'm going to teach you how to write a business plan, how to strategize. You're going to learn how to write a winning business plan that will help you get investors. Yes, we are going to be doing that on that masterclass, and it's completely free. So if you are interested, please hit me up on LinkedIn. That is my LinkedIn handle. Hit me up on LinkedIn, and you're going to get the link to the group chat, and you're going to join the waiting list. It's coming up in April 20th. So please be a part of this. I want to be a part of your journey, and I want to help as well. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.